Hey guys, it's CatZ, and this is a video of the latest EPT Open Cup that I played. This is the North American edition of it, and I am up against one of the better protoss in Europe, Gerald, and at the round of 32, I believe. So I am leading the series up 1-0 here. The first game, for anyone that's curious, was a CERT versus Terran, as Gerald asked me if it was cool for him to off-race, and of course I said yes. I ended up winning that one on Neo Humanity, with a very cool Ravager rush, but perhaps not worth highlighting, as it is, of course, not Gerald's main race. And the game was rather straightforward, even though it's, on my end of things, a little bit of a cheesy strategy that's, I think, pretty cool. So game number 2 here is going to be on Gressvan. A lot of people have been asking for this particular series and this game on the stream, so I figured I'd upload it, and without further ado, I guess here we go. So I'm going to be spawning in the top left-hand side, and I am going to be going straight up for a 12 pool. And the reason why I like the 12 pool is because even though Gressvan is a relatively large map as far as rush distance, it has a very wide open natural, which makes it so that Protoss players have to wall off with 3 buildings, and that offers a lot of surface area for circlings early on. So it's kind of one of those maps that's not intuitively very good for 12 pool, but I think it is actually one of the better maps in the map pool at the moment for it, just because of how wide the ramp is. Now, as you can see, Gerald is going for a pylon gateway, no scout. I am actually surprised that he doesn't at least mine a mineral while waiting. I mean, there is no downside there. Would just have a probe. Ah, I see, because he's gonna scout with that probe is why. Okay, so because he's scouting with a probe, he potentially wants to steal minerals on my side of the map, and that would be not beneficial to mine his mineral. He takes an off route as well by the looks of it, or do I? In any case, yeah, he went off to the side a little bit, so we don't see each other, and that means to me, I think that he hasn't scouted me. Like, as far as I'm concerned, vision-wise, I don't know that he has scouted me at all. And that is going to be my kind of calling to make a gas, and on the other side I'm gonna drop a hatchery to try and make the game as chaotic as possible, as early as possible, right? So right now I'm making the gas to commit further, because I know that I haven't been scouted. A lot of the time, no scout against a 12 pool is just outright a death sentence for Protosses. But the fact that he did scout, even though I wasn't aware of it, and the fact that ultimately I drop a hatchery, which calls down probes to the low ground, may have been, in retrospect, a little bit of a mistake. But given that he did scout, I think it's perfectly fine, because he would have already been ready regardless. He already dropped the extra gateway, the cyber core. He would have been very unlikely to drop a nexus right away. As you can see, the surface area makes it so that you can have 4 links, potentially even 5 off to the side here, off to the right. I think that would be better actually, to just have 5, outputting as much damage as possible. And just a couple here to prevent the Zealot from going out, because if the Zealot goes out to harass these links, then these links can go and block the Zealot from coming back in, and you can get us around on the Zealot right outside. We do get us around on one of those Zealots inside, but it's pretty costly. We already started link speed as well, and Gerald is just trying to defend here. A lot of these probes off of mining haven't really been able to accomplish much, and when the hatchery finishes, I realize that it's going to be very difficult for him to actually kill it before we get a queen out, so I decide to commit for the queen on this side of the map and skip the queen on my side of the map, which was a cool, I think, reaction from me. Obviously, this is a very chaotic game, and while I do like proxy hatches, this brand and this game is new territory for me, because of how the scouting shenanigans went early on, and because I'm also just kind of overcommitting to the attack to try and end the game early, because my opponent, I think, is a much better player than I am. Right, so kind of playing from the position of an underdog. The queen will make it out. I even inject, which means I am confident that the hatchery will continue to survive, and we choose now to engage. The shield battery is almost out of energy. Some of the links make it inside, but actually lose 3 in the process, so maybe not the best decision making there from me. And now this Zealot is being a little bit annoying. The links should go after the adepts, I think, before they can get put back to the shield battery. They end up going for the Zealot, which is also okay. The Zealot outputs a lot of damage potentially onto the hatchery, and it's definitely like a little bit easier to take down, whereas the adept might wiggle its way back to the shield battery. But the adept would have been the better target, right? And now, I mean, especially with the inject coming up, we have a lot of links coming up, and he basically is forced to give up his position. There was a nerf in, I guess, the last patch, though it's been now a while, where the shield battery doesn't gain as much energy as it did before on spawn, right? And that means that without a Nexus and the overcharge, the shield batteries are considerably weaker. We're gonna go inside before finishing the wall off because we already took down the pylon, which is the important bit. We already see that there's a cybernetic score, etc. So maybe we could have even gone for this gas or this gas on retreat. Instead, I kind of just try to secure it, kill the Zealot, and go after the wall off, prioritizing mainly the cyber core, which is the building that tends to be a little bit more annoying potentially, even though there is a cyber core inside already. I'm not even sure that I clicked it, to be honest. We have also decided that we're going to be sieging, so as soon as I decided that, we dropped a creep tumor and started drones. The first 2 drones are going to make spines, and I believe that drone I am going to make a spore with, as we are also aware that he is going for a void ray. As we can see here on my vision, this target is visible. I apologize, this is a brand new observing interface as well for me, so I am going to be a little bit sloppy here and there and not really be able to keep up. We go for the gas and we take that down, which is really nice, recognizing that, you know, there is going to be a void ray coming up eventually. And now we actually, this is really nice because we get the surround on the adept, we get to threaten the probes, and that basically will look to force the overcharge, which it does. If he doesn't overcharge right there and then, he loses a lot of probes, right? And the reason why that's really nice is because my links are less important right now than the anti-air. I have 2 queens with another one on the way, and he has a void ray. And the void ray can actually man up and kill the spore crawler and potentially a queen or 2, especially given that the one that with most HP is actually, or with the most energy is a little bit low on HP with a battery overcharge. So the fact that we force the overcharge before the queens have to engage the void ray is super nice. That means no overcharge for a little while, and now the queens kind of have free reign here, as the circlings are going to be able to supplement them. The circlings are right now very strong, obviously, on the ground, especially with the spines. The ground is mostly uncontested. We managed to take down the void ray, which may not have been possible again with overcharge available. Another void ray would have made it out and would have potentially complicated things for us. And now, even though Gerald is still ahead in supply and he has been ahead in supply this entire game, things are starting to look a little bit dire for him, though it is still kind of close as well. The next battery overcharge is pretty scary. It will pop up. Next set of infuses or transfuses for my queens as well is made available, which is really nice. And that kind of saves him. Gerald chooses to go for the spore crawler as he deems that's been causing him the most troubles, and on retreat my queens managed to snipe the void ray, so that's really nice. The links don't want to go into further chokes here as Gerald gets to the safety of his mineral line, but as the queens trickle on forward with the support of the spines and the links, they are just kind of able to clean up, and this game is looking more and more like we have won basically. Gerald decides that air is no longer the way that he's going to do things, so he starts an oracle instead to try to deal with the links and then manage to, or try to manage the queens with potentially zealots, I imagine. But at this point it's super mega over. He's just coping, I suppose, a little bit, and yeah, he types XD, no GG from the Polish Pro this time around. It's gonna be an XD instead, and we managed to take the 2-0, which I was very happy about. I mean, my Aligolag is looking pretty killer. After this, we played a couple of games against Trigger that I was actually really happy with as well in the round of 16. I lost both of those games, but they were really close. If you guys would like to watch those, let me know, and I'd be happy to share and upload one or both of those games. I will be uploading additional games from my NA ladder sessions as well, as there are some crazy stuff going on there all the time. If you enjoy, please consider subscribing and or leaving comments. And also, I will leave a Discord link as well if you guys want to join the Discord. For my Twitch subscribers, the replays are available of not just this game, but the match against MaxPax, the matches against Trigger that I'm going to be posting, a very good game that I played just yesterday on the ladder against Cham, and any other replays that I play throughout the month will be dumped periodically, maybe every couple of weeks, maybe every month at the very least. So if you want to consider supporting me on Twitch as well, check out my stream there. I stream live most days of the week, and yeah, check out Discord too. Thank you guys very much for watching. Much love, and I'll see you next time.